What's going on, Bulls fans? It's your boy Haze. This is Chicago Bulls Central, and I got an update for you on Zach Lavine. So,
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
for those who have not seen it, according to the Chicago Sun-Times, an article by Joe Cowley, but nonetheless, that Zach Lavine is preparing to have knee surgery as soon as the season's over with. The article goes in to describe that Zach Lavine at some points was even playing at more like 50% health on that knee at some times. And so while there are not a lot of details on the type of surgery, the extent of the surgery, how long he's going to be out or anything like that, all signs are pointing to that Zach Lavine is going to have some type of offseason knee surgery. Now, with Zach Lavine's contract being up at the end of the season, it makes sense that he would try to play through it. And, you know, a lot of Bulls fans who've pointed out Zach Lavine's hesitation, lack of aggressions at sometimes. While I know some Bulls fans aren't giving him any credit for the knee injury and say, hey, people play hurt. But when you hear about that knee injury, and especially at times it being as low as 50% health, it all points and makes sense to why we've seen some of the things that we have seen or haven't seen from Zach Lavine over the second part of this season. Now, how would the offseason knee surgery affect the contract extension with Zach Lavine and the contract talk with the Chicago Bulls? One of the things that I said in my video earlier today, anybody who's expecting Zach Lavine to not be back in the Chicago Bulls uniform or to be, this all points to, again, more confidence and more security in the fact that he knows the Bulls are going to give him that contract, that he knows that the Bulls are going to give him a contract. Now, that does open the door for more Bulls fans who have said things like, hey, maybe Zach Lavine should not sign for the full max. The Supermax is out of the question. Zach Lavine's not going to qualify for the Supermax, but it does raise those type of questions, and rightfully so for Chicago Bulls fans. What does this do? Does Zach Lavine negotiate something a little bit less than the max? What happens with that? I still fully expect Zach Lavine to get the max contract on the Chicago Bulls team, and the fact that if he announces an off-season knee surgery, it all but points to he's returning to the Chicago Bulls. There's not many teams with cap space to sign Zach Lavine anyway. I think that's one thing that I did forget to point out in my earlier video. There's just not that many teams with cap space to offer Zach Lavine a contract. But with that being said, having off-season knee surgery, any other teams that were, possibly looking at maybe trying to steal Zach Lavine away, that is going to cause some concern. Everything continues to point to Zach Lavine being back with the Chicago Bulls. We'll see if this knee surgery or if they work in incentives, just kind of like what they did with Lonzo Ball. We may see a very incentive-heavy contract for Zach Lavine, meaning that if he hits certain milestones with games played or things like that, it may affect what he ultimately makes, and that may be the middle ground to say, hey, well, Zach, we're basically offering you the max, but you have to be healthy. You have to play a certain amount of games for us every season to get that and to qualify for that. So we may see some things like that. That's all speculation on my part. Nothing's been reported of anything like that, but everything's pointing to Zach Lavine getting off-season knee surgery. Let me know what you guys think about everything down below. Make sure you're following the podcast at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullscentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text or voicemail at 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. See red, don't be red. Go Bulls. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.